Hey everybody, welcome back. We've done it. Not as every character, but that last Tainted Lazarus win. I mean, we have a 2 streak as Tainted Lazarus. That means something to me. We still need to do Hush. Oh no, I can't. Come on, man. Oh, come on, Ben. But we're so close. I mean, we have some greedier modes. We have and we have Hush, and then we have all of Tainted Cain, which I'm just gonna tell you I'm gonna do on stream. Let's try Tainted Jacob Greedier. This is not Greedier, goodbye streak, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I think I kind of understand what you need to win Tainted Jacob Greedier. This is not bad. You need a run that can win as your average character. And then you need to follow... Oh, I shouldn't have taken the freaking spirit heart yet with Latchkey, but on the other hand, it actually was quite helpful at letting me get into the item room so quickly. Hold up, because I think that 7-cent item is spectacular for greedier mode. Am I wrong? I know it's a spacebar item. Any 7-cent item has a little bit of an advantage. Every time... Help me. Every time I use it, I think, though I don't know this for certain, that it doubles the rate of fire, or at least adds one of the base rate of fire to... Oh no, it just literally creates another minion there that also fires? I don't know about this, okay? But what I do feel comfortable saying is that it is at least a reasonably good damage dealer, especially, I don't know, if we could get like multiple charges, it seems like it could be particularly good against very tanky bosses. I know it's hard because super greedier, you know, you're not going to get that many charges in advance unless maybe you can like store some, but having like 4 Gellos or whatever the heck this item's called. We got Ross Geller in the cellar watching Old Yeller. That's an awfully hot coffee pot, etc., etc. I know all the memes. I got triples of all the memes, don't I? Tell the kid I got triples of all the memes. Sorry, it's I think you should leave season 2 references. Starting to I got a little scared there. Starting to percolate out a little bit. Just starting to percolate out a little bit. But it's okay because I got doubles of all the references. No, wait, I've got triples actually. Triples is best. It's really just that reference over and over. I did get hits, but I'm not sweating it. I'm gonna try to thread the needle here. And I think threading the needle in this context means, I think I should kill Tainted Esau. I shouldn't have said threaded the needle, because oh no! That's terrible news. That will also probably be fine, because it's just Steven. Just Stinky Steven. Nothing, you know, particularly dangerous here, but it's the principle of the thing, you know? That's not Stinky Steven! Am I insane? Like this? Oh, I almost walked right into you. This actually appears to be going, like, super well. Okay, you're dead. Let's keep... I know it looks like we don't have a synergy here by using Gello more often, but I think that's wrong. I actually think we totally do. Source, dude, just trust me, but still... That's how it goes. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to be like, oh no, oof, ouch, my gaming. You know, like that's just how Tainted Jacob goes. You gotta, mission failed on this one already, but you just gotta try to stop the tilt before it sets in. Hey, raw liver. Now that's an item. Wouldn't have saved us from death last time, but, you know. So I think... In principle, Tainted Jacob Greedier, IMO, should be a little bit easier than Tainted Jacob for the remainder of the posted note. Except Greed, but you know, that doesn't really count. It's the way they implemented Greed and Greedier onto the posted note is strange to me, but at least you don't have to do both anymore. I have a memory of having to do both at one point in my head. I don't know if that's true or if it was implanted by Leonardo DiCaprio and Ken Watanabe. You remember from the start of the movie, Inception? No? Okay, well, I should go back and watch Inception. I remember it fondly as one of the most enjoyable high-concept blockbusters of the 2010s, but I don't know, I feel like nowadays, like, the only criticism I see about movies on the internet, and this is definitely levied against Inception, is always like, well, let me get this straight, they got all this cool dream technology, and yet they're still wearing sneakers? Why don't they have hover boots if they got this kind of dream technology? And what I hate the most is that there's a part of me that is like, you know what? This is a criticism that shouldn't impact the art. It doesn't make sense to be like, oh, I thought I enjoyed the movie, but now when subject to a staggering amount of, even an inappropriate level of consideration, some people might say, it no longer makes coherent sense because there's one thing that seems slightly out of whack with it. The thing that I dislike the most is that for some reason, oh my god, reaction time! In my head, I'm like, wait a minute, he's right. Where are the hover boots, Mr. Nolan? It's 2006. I was promised a flying car by now. I am going to die. We have too many enemies that fly around. I'm scared. So the plan for me is to get telefragged. I blame myself. We shouldn't have put ourselves into that situation. Just get used to it. There's going to be a lot of this, okay? Why not use the Fool? I don't know. Why use the Fool? That's what it literally has no point whatsoever now that I think about it. But anyway, long story short, Christopher Nolan! Where's the hover boots? I know this is like the oldest take in the world now, but there's like two inventions that people seem to think are, like for some reason, the world hasn't been able to make it happen, that I never want to see. One of them is obvious. Flying cars. Flying cars, very stupid. In 2 dimensions, cars are dangerous enough, and people don't largely give them the care and consideration that they need when they're driving. You know, traveling 60 miles an hour over concrete in like a 3,000-pound steel box, already dangerous enough. People are not very good at it, largely. Many people are injured or, you know, even die in car crashes annually. I don't really want to add gravity and altitude into that equation. I think it's fine as is. I can't even imagine the dash cam footage that you already see of, you know, like people not driving well and then add in, like, being a pilot on top of that is just crazy, man. And then, and I'm actually going to buy a red heart here because I don't know why I like where this run stands, but apparently I do. The other thing, the other invention that people are like, and yet they still won't do this, is a Twitter edit button. And I genuinely think that people are just, I mean, forgive it, it's a very judgmental thing to say. I think people are just very stupid. Like, I think an edit button in some situations makes, you know, for good context. You know, you can look at, say, sometimes, even it happens to me, sometimes I'll post something on my subreddit, and then like half an hour later, I'm like, no, I shouldn't have apologized, so I just edit it to like the ASCII Among Us imposter with the enormous phallus, and I'm like, take one of these and call me in the morning. That's not actually what I do, but it made you laugh. Made you laugh. Half a spirit heart, huh? Thank you. But on Twitter, you know, the prevailing emotion on Twitter is just anger, which I don't think is a controversial statement at this point. Probably like 50% plus of things that get retweeted, quote tweeted, etc., are to dunk. You know, it'll be this person, you know, has what I consider to be a politically asinine take, and I disagree with them, so we're gonna quote tweet them and dunk on them. You really want to introduce an edit button into that where you could like type the dumbest thing of all time and then get people to quote tweet it because it's idiotic and then have them change it so it looks like you actually like retweeted the most horrible rhetoric in Earth's history. I think it's a terrible decision, you know? If you got a spelling error, just delete the tweet and make it again. That's, you know how many times I do that? At least a couple times a month. Is it annoying? Yeah, but it's not because there's no edit button. It's annoying because I got like, you know, anytime I type the word wrong in a tweet, I get like 6 people that are like, I saw the original tweet. And I'm like, congratulations. You're more online than I am, even. That's not a compliment. That's a log off situation. Okay, so I think, don't hit me. I'm going to Anamasola and kill you. Because I want to become the Lost in order to get a free devil deal. But the best way to not die is to kill you to become the Lost so you can't hit me afterwards, I think. And if it's Krampus, then you just, you know, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. So I don't think a Twitter edit button is like a question of, can they do it? I think it's a question of should, you know? Oh, thank you. We've already been to our curse room, so this doesn't cost us anything. Dude, Soul of, sorry, I turned into Seth Rogen for a second there. Soul of Eve seems insanely good for greedier mode. Pajamas actually doesn't do very much for us, now that I think about it. It is a half-price item, which is nice, but it doesn't do very much for us if we can't absorb the HP from it. So I think we just head down to the next floor, and, you know, we don't lose anything. We just lose access to this shop. We've still got the money that we would have spent. Let's see what we got. So far, so good, honestly. Latch key. This is a touch spicy, but work with me. Let's learn our lesson. You step on the button. Lesson learned. Never go to the curse room in greedier mode. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson! I said I learned my lesson! Oh, no. You couldn't have just given me, like, a red heart or something, huh? It had to... You couldn't have just given me troll bombs. It had to be a button. By the way, if we get hit, we will die, unless we get a drop, which we didn't. Okay, just chill. This Anamasola combined with Soul of Eve is going to do great work for us. Don't sweat that. We're just going to get our key. Take our key into the item room. It's Mega Mush! It's actually, like, game-winning. Especially if we can get, like, 4.5 volt. I don't know. Dude, I'm thinking that probably... car battery will double the length of time that you can use Mega Mush, which strikes me as a pretty advantageous get. So we're just gonna pop this. I thought it was worth checking, right? Just to see if we would get the ability to kill Tainted Esau like this. I don't even know. We are the Lost still? Or at least, maybe, no, we're the Lost. Because I was gonna say, I might just have, Curse of the Unknown. But no, definitely do not. I think we should play it safe. I'm losing my nerves slightly. Luck down. Oh, you're not supposed to take pills as this guy. Now I can't shoot. I gotta, like... I think I gotta reload the whole freaking game. Because you can't, Or am I trapped as this guy forever? What's going on? Oh, because of car battery, it probably lasts twice as long as usual, right? I can't shoot though. I think we have to close and reopen. If you take pills while in your Mega Mush form, you get like all twisted up. Okay, so we're coming out of Mega Mush. We are the Lost. So I do want to get, like, a charge. So this is spicy. Battery? No battery, huh? This is dangerous. Can I leave? No, I can't leave. I thought you would laugh at me, but, like, I'm just a little concerned about survival here. And its sequel, Survival Goes West. No bombs, Mega Mush, like... Oh, no, 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 no. I'm almost certainly gonna die? If only I had just fought the enemies. But I thought to myself, like... I didn't like my odds. Oh, my. Just because I thought we could buy a battery charge in the shop, honestly. It was just really not a strong tactic on my part. Just freezing them. Trying to fish for... No! I'm a little upset about that one. I do blame myself, but I do also blame the game. I feel like if I hadn't gotten stun-locked by the pill bug, I might have just, you know, ridden it out there, but it is what it is. I don't really have anybody to blame but myself for that one. The good news is, it just goes to show you, like, at any given time in this game, you're literally just one item away from having a great chance to win greedier mode. What are you? Golden stem cells. So golden trinkets get double the effect. Obviously stem cells might not be like the one you're most looking forward to, but that's not to say it's not good. Let me make sure I got the stem cells effect right. Stem cells Isaac heals for a half red heart upon traveling to the next floor. Or heals Isaac's red heart for 50% of maximum. What the heck is Isaac's red heart? I feel like I don't want to do it, so I'm not gonna sound like I don't want to phrase it like a Twitter edit button sort of inevitability. But we gotta work on, like, the ambiguity of the phrasing. I know if you watch my stream, you've probably heard me talk about this so much in the past, but, like, when I was looking into, like, what to do after university, there was a summer semester where I worked as a database administrator for a length of time, and I wrote, I don't even know if this is exactly what technical writing is, but I wrote, like, the user manual for the database that I created, all that documentation and stuff. And I remember being like, you know what? I think this job kind of suits me. This is a bit spooky, but just work with me here. This could set us up for life, man. Okay? It could also set us up for death. 2 health down pills, huh? That's a funny one. Health up, there we go. That ended up being horrible, just for the record. I think I find it pleasing when instructions are written clearly. It's almost, I would say, an actual character flaw, because I really feel like I have sort of lost the ability to communicate with the average person, and I know how this sounds. Sounds very, very elitist, because it kind of is. But the average person is kind of terrible at giving instructions. Let me build in a potential alternative. Oh, God. The alternative is that I'm very bad at processing... Oh, my God. This is, like, also terrible. I might just be very bad at processing ambiguous instructions. So, like, when it says heals Isaac's heart for 50% upon entering the next... Isaac's red heart? I'm like, what is Isaac's Red Heart? Is that an item in the game because it's a proper noun? Or is it when you play as Isaac, it heals you for more than it does as other characters? Or are you just referring to the player as Isaac because the game's called The Binding of Isaac? Like, I try to... I think people get annoyed with me because when I give very specific instructions, it's such an abnormality in the world that they think I'm talking down to them, but really I'm just, you know, writing it out the same way you would write it in like a user manual. I don't go like, hey, plug that there thing into the back. I go, you know, at the other side of the TV, you'll see a port with a red, a white, and a yellow hole. Insert the red into the red and so on until everything's done, and then turn on your TV to channel 3. Enjoy playing Contra Super C. Other people are like, just plug it in! And you're like, what do you mean plug it in? And they're like, plug it in! Plug it in! What are you, stupid? Plug it in! And you're like, could you please elaborate? And they're like, it's not possible. I'd rather die. Sorry, I don't mean to take this out on the fandom wiki. That might be how it's written in the Brady Games Binding of Isaac strategy guide, for all I know. I'm just saying, you might be a repository for the information rather than the creator of the information. Just IMO, there's got to be a better way. Okay, now, I learned my lesson. Did you see me hit the button? I've learned my lesson. Great shot, thank you. Really appreciate that. Now just don't get hit by this guy on the backside. This guy, sorry, don't get hit by tinted East. This is the other thing people do when they get called out for it. You'll use your neurons to signal your hand to use your middle finger. And I'm like, okay, look, I can apologize. I hurt your feelings by suggesting your communication was ineffective there. There's no need to be nasty about it. You know, we got to work together. Now, it's a tough choice for me. Because Squeezy is, like, legitimately good. It's a Tears upgrade. But I don't get the Spirit Hearts out of it because we're the Lost. Not even on the next floor. I know that was probably the next question. But any HP, like, you would have gotten, if you're the Lost, you don't get it. Which is actually sensible to me. A little annoying because it makes life harder, but not a, you know, unreasonable thing, I think. But that in and of itself doesn't necessarily mean that it's not worth taking a Tears upgrade, but because we're getting, like, a lesser deal as a result of it than we would have gotten if we weren't the Lost, in my head, I'm like, well, we can't possibly make that work. Lucky us. Wait for it, wait for it. Pretty much, I think the closest thing to an ideal boss fight you could get is Tainted Jacob. And then I'm already the Lost. We will definitely... No, oh my god. I'm kind of tempted to take Hive Mind, but I think I'm just going to book it for the next floor. Somehow we're in here. Okay, okay. Now, you know what we're looking for? Obviously Mega Mush, but it might even be better than Mega Mush if we could get, like, the Cleaver. Thunder Thighs is not it. Luckfoot I don't think is it either, so that's probably a reroll. Leprosy is not it. That's right, it's the Square Hole. Great bomb. 4.5 volt is essentially non-negotiable. It's a potential run winner by allowing us to... Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. You're not going to charge us properly. It's a potential run winner by allowing us to get charges for our spacebar item by doing damage, which is much more valuable for us in Greedier, so that if we have a great spacebar item, we could use it multiple times. I'm going to take a bunch of hits here, by the way, because this is just how Shard of Glass works, and I gotta remember that, you know, it used to be an item you took because it didn't do anything. Now it's an item you should probably avoid because it does something catastrophic. I don't think there's a way out of this until we lose our Rodden Heart. Or no. Okay, it didn't take a rotten heart first, so we could go back and buy a spirit heart and possibly preserve the rotten heart? Or buy a red heart and preserve our other rotten heart? I don't know. Maybe it's pretty cheap to buy, or just to pick up a red heart, so there you go. Alright, now never get hit ever again and we should be fine. Haha. I normally am pretty pro spider mod. I don't think we can do alabaster box, but apple of Sodom turns red hearts into spiders? I don't know about that. I think I'm just gonna take this for now. At any given moment, I think we're gonna see Tainted Esau be killed. I think he's taken a lot of hits. Now with 4.5 volts, we should get a lot of trinkets. Or we should get a lot of trinkets, and then I expect that those trinkets will provide us with a reasonable amount of value. You know what? I'm like, maybe we'd be better off with bombs then. By getting the matchstick. We're about to get another one. That's a cursed trinket. No, thank you. Hold on. Is there a red heart in here? I thought that's how that worked. Okay. Probably was not worth doing and might have cost us our chance to get divorce papers. However, now we learned information, and if knowledge is power, then just show me the lock. That's not how the lyric goes. What the? NL likes a Tribe Called Quest? I thought he only listened to Steely Dan? No, I only talk about Steely Dan. There's a difference. I live a whole life off camera. You wouldn't even comprehend. I'm the head of the project for Twitter, trying to figure out how to program an edit button onto the website. It's one of science's most impossible problems. I do have to say, something about Krampus's head greedier mode seems good, but I think that we'll be better off trying to make a trinket of our dreams here and then swapping off to get to a game-winning spacebar item. That's my thinking, at least. Now, range and luck. It gives us a spirit art? Since I know what you're gonna say, like since repentance. I was gonna say since when? Since repentance, I'm sure. Well, who knew? Everybody? Okay, well, cool. We're going to, for sure, buy car battery. Serpent's Kiss is awesome. Almost got me there, you son of a gun. You twisted so-and-so. Okay, great shot, honestly. Uh-oh. Oh, you can pick up... No, you can't pick up red hearts. You still need to lose the red heart before you can pick it up. That's unfortunate because I picked it up to turn it into spiders. Not what I should have done in hindsight. I don't think we want purple heart. Rarely do you. I need a red heart, please. I don't know why I'm expecting one to drop here. I'm gonna let it slide for now, man. Like, I'm going all in. I'm putting the system on trial. All that stuff. All that verbiage. I'm trying to get another, you know, 10 out of 10 trinket. That'll, I mean, I'm assuming it gives us 2 bone hearts per floor, which would actually seem pretty advantageous to me. Wonderful. You need this. Okay, don't... I took my heart already. That's fine. Well, we're not getting hit anymore. I definitely think you want car battery. Hello. I definitely feel like you roll the bone heart after this. There's another... No. There is not another. Yoda voice? There is not another. This will speed up our ability to get to the greatest trinket. It's tough, man, because, like, the fly... The locust, I should say. Let's not disrespect it. I didn't spend 8 years in evil medical school to be called the fly. But I feel like with Mom's box of trinkets, also considering the character that we are, it's going to be I knew it was gonna happen. It's gonna be potentially pretty good. But I also feel like... that's our trinket. That's our trinket. Please, thank you. Something's still alive here. Oh, hello. This now... It doesn't work with Mom's box of trinkets. Something... Oh my god. But I do feel like... you know what? Being able to hold 2 trinkets might be worth something for me here. Just let me think, okay? Just let me think about it for a second. I'm just thinking. We have 3 bombs. We got Animasola. I think we should try, and if it goes wrong, well, then that's fine. We'll just consider that the end of the episode. I wouldn't worry too much about holding the right trinket right now. These enemies, we have a sincere advantage in the fact that their range is horrible. In fact, it's like one of the only advantages I really consider us to have right now. Hello! And you do have Sigil of Baphomet, so you can get a little in there at times. I do feel like I could probably replace my spacebar item now. Again, Mom's box of trinkets synergy does not work with the Sigil of Baphomet. According to YouTube commenters, also known as the #1 source for any information online. So, with that in mind, I think we can now replace our spacebar item with just about anything. I don't know if we have the best trinket in the game, but we got a great trinket for surviving as, like, you know, some version of the Lost, which is what we will likely find ourselves reduced to. I have to be honest with you. I don't think any of this is spectacular. Bloody Gust can be pretty good. I'm not gonna insult Bloody Gust, I suppose. I thought it was Little Worm, which is actually like an immaculate item. Okay, that's great news. It would be awesome to get like the cleaver, man. I'm telling you, the cleaver would hit the spot right now. In the event that we don't die, or become the Lost, I should say, we're gonna need some extra value of that sort. So I support this, and I don't know. I'm starting to feel like the chance exists. Admittedly, I'm just like, you know, this run was so botched for us on so many different occasions. Or this video was so botched for us on so many different occasions that I'm just like, you know, anything helps, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Literally just not being dead is like the greatest possible confidence booster for the future. Thank you. It's not a heart that stops us from bleeding, but where are those coming from? I don't even know, man. Being able to go to the curse room for free is pretty nice. I just wish I never took Shard of Glass, man. It's just one more thing to worry about, you know? I'm also worried that with Shard of Glass, like, we'll become the Lost while the Shard of Glass effect is going, but it won't actually stop. Hold on. Just hold the front door, man. This is not the trinket I want. Obviously, but well, here's our test, I suppose. Might as well grab it. I do see Monkey's Paw. I don't know. It's funny, like, my confidence rises and falls every single floor, but now I'm like, it sucks. I think we can take this. Leave. Soul of Eden, also known as random dice effect. Buy a key. I know you're like D20. No, I'm not that kind of guy. Don't... Evil Eye is okay, but I'd rather have Camo Underpants, an item that nobody knows even really what it does. So that's pretty huge. And I think we do have potential for euthanasia to be good. I did almost say euthanasia. I think we gotta give it a try here. We may die for doing this, but I don't think we live if we don't fish for like a better run before the end. Huge. Please, please, there's... I can't blame anybody but myself, but there's too many trinkets, man. Do I want the other... Do I want Sigil of Baphomet? Yeah, unfortunately. I dropped it right at the feet of the big bad. Also, I was in the pool. There you go, get frozen. Great damage there. Somehow, we're free. Sigil of Baphomet. In theory, I mean, that's gonna help you when you become the Lost, and we're very likely to become the Lost. I really don't like our odds. I think the #1 thing we need is actually a spacebar that saves us. Which is a bit of a tall order. That's spun. Hey, there's something there. That is spun. But if we can just... If I could find a way to get more money on this floor... and then use said money to... fish... We're not really fishing here now that I look at it, because there's no reroll machine. We can only fish by buying. Okay, that's a great item. This floor is not our... This is not our lever. This is not our leverage point. I think we should try to get spun, and apart from that, I think we should learn to, you know, live with what we got for the time being, save our money after spun, if there's much left, for the opportunity in the future to improve things with a little bit of a higher efficacy. I know, it's honestly like Shard of Glass is like the ultimate pain in the butt right now. I don't think I'm playing that well, but I do also think, oh, get it. Think simultaneously, like it's a harder run to pilot than it might look like right now. That's my 2 cents. It's almost as hard as building an edit button for Twitter. Like it's a problem that science is still working its hardest to solve. By the way, you might find yourself living in a shotgun shack, whatever that is. You might find yourself on another part of the world. You might find yourself questioning why he doesn't use Mom's box of trinkets. I've realized I have the trinket I want. I think we've reached a weird point where the more I use this item, the actual more difficult my life gets. So I do appreciate a spun. I'm not gonna take the pill. Maybe we'll get enough money for PhD. I know that we won't, but in my head I'm like, well, there's still a chance, even though I think like mathematically it's like literally not possible. Krampus. Okay. Krampus, not a bad roll here. This is not the okay, well, I wish you hadn't hit Tainted Esau so hard. We might be able to get through this before Tainted Esau actually, we got so lucky there. Before Tainted Esau dies, which is actually a pretty encouraging sign for us. You know what? Can't you get a deal with the devil that has a quarter in it? Or is that just as certain characters? Because if we can make that happen, then the PhD option is still on the table for us. Don't get shot. I thought I had the invincibility, but it might have expired. I could, in theory, take both. All I'd have to do is take one, then get hit. Obviously, really? So am I just like, will this kill me? No? Okay, you're fine then. Then don't cry about it. 5 cents? Bethany... Wisps. I was thinking, like, maybe Spirit Hearts. Like the trinket that gives you Spirit Hearts when you pick up pennies, maybe? Maybe temporarily I could reduce Sigil of Baphomet for that. We need, on this floor, we need a spacebar item. It's that simple. What we have right now is not gonna cut it long term. I have to throw in the probably there, because I've been wrong before, but Mom's box of trinkets at this point has no progressive benefit to the car battery 4.5 volt synergy we got, and it really is like the kind of synergy that you want to take some advantage of. I'm gonna step on the button. Just got a little spicy there. Cause like, ooh. It's a game-winning synergy. If only we could combine this with the Mega Mush run that I threw in the trash. And I do, at this point now, it's easy enough for me to say that that's my fault. Because we've built a run of some resiliency afterwards. I don't have to be ungracious and be like, oh, it was the bug's fault. You know, the bug affected my play and performance, perhaps, but I can't deny that I also could have played around it, especially knowing the bug, having some awareness of it. Maybe, by the way, I'm not convinced that I was right. I think it's possible that Mom's box of trinkets actually gives Sigil of Baphomet the double effect. I feel like our invincibility is lasting a lot longer. You know what? It might just be that I have, I'm stacking up so much invincibility. Like, maybe there's progressive invincibility. The more enemies you kill, like, it adds to your timer or something. I know we got Shard of Glass. I mean, Shard of Glass, for all the negativity, I suppose it does also trigger, Bloody Gust, right? Overall, I would say I'm very pessimistic about our chances, but could be wrong. I think we kill you. Brimstone Bombs does give you 5 bombs, right? We didn't really want Cambion Conception. Okay, 5 Brimstone Bombs that's not worth nothing. I genuinely 1000% think we need the reroll. I think the only thing that matters to us is a spacebar item. I don't think any of these passives, almost no passives in the game matter, in my opinion. I also, believe it or not, I think Sigil of Baphomet is more important than this 3-cent trinket that I just said we might want, because we're gonna become the Lost. The fight's too long. That looks amazing, and as any other character would be, but kind of useless for us right now. This is where, like, I just want you to know I'm not throwing it away. I want to look up what this item does. I've never seen it before. Spawns a wooden chest at the start of all future floors. It can contain 3 trinkets, 1 to 3 soul hearts, or a random item from the wooden chest pool. Well, you know what? Wooden chest pool repentance. Let's see. It has Metronome, Mom's Box, Mr. Me, Wooden Nickel, Keeper's Box, Stigmata, Blood of the Martyr, Little Chest, Toothpicks, Wooden Spoon. Not what I'm looking for. We need something a little bit. I know what you're thinking. Don't lie to me, Walt. You're thinking that the D8 could do it. I'm a little different. I am thinking that the D4 might be our play here. I'm just being sincere. I don't think this run wins. I wish that I was wrong about that. I'm making a bet, and it's a hard bet to make. But I'm making a bet that this run loses. I am then buying a bar of soap because it becomes one extra item. We'll reroll immediately. See what we get. Is soy milk, but that's not a negative in the same way that it used to be. And please keep in mind, this would be a great time to get small rock. 2 cents, okay. Please keep in mind, we will have many opportunities to reroll. The only thing, I wish we could get Cleaver, I wish we could get Eraser. Obviously, those are not possible. Oh, we don't, I was wrong, we won't have the chance to reroll again because we rerolled out of 4.5 volts. I don't feel owned. I think I should. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what to think right now, to be honest with you. I'm happy no matter what that I took my chance. Let me put it that way. I don't really... I think soy milk is, like, super bad to fight greedier with. Super greed with, I should say. I love this, though. I love that. It did way less damage than I would have thought, but... man, now I'm like, dude, I wonder if there's a way... somehow we can get... well, we do have Vengeful Spirit, so there's some extra benefit there, I guess, but... I wonder if there's a way that we could get a battery charge. Okay, so let me say something, by the way. Now I feel pretty owned. And I think there's a valuable lesson to learn here. And the lesson is on greedier mode, where so much of your victory condition is not having a lot of items, but rather buying the right items. Your reroll probably is not... Okay, I thought maybe our invincibility was still going, but... Your rerolling your entire run is probably not the flex you think it is. But hold on. Sigil of Baphomet, for me, means run in here. I became the Lost because Tainted Esau was there. That's fair. I'm being genuine. We're going to die, by the way. I've come to terms with it. Are there potential desperation ways out? No, I honestly don't think so. I think this is one you just gotta kind of eat it. But lesson learned. Do not... This is not how one should tackle greedier mode, is by fishing for that late game reroll. By the way, we should be dead. And we'll get our wish in just a second here, I think. But we should just be dead because of the Tainted Esau touch, but he just happened to die at exactly the right time. What a shot. We're going to run that back with our next one. I had a good time on that run in spite of myself. For now, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you next time. Twitch.tv/NorthernLion. I'm live every day. That is Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'll see you.